So yeah, what happened there was I opened the wrong view in OBS. This will be a little better. So yeah, what was I saying? I was saying these are 4 character classes, and the reason I noticed my image gone was I was missing my cute little pixel art of the Avengers. But they're all based on equipment, and I don't know what the significance of that is, but one thing that's noticeable is these guys have very few equipment options. They can use very few weapons, they can use very little armor, and so the gameplay is kind of dry. Furthermore, things aren't really challenging. I mean, I wouldn't expect it. I've put on codes to give me additional money and additional experience, so why would I expect the game to be especially challenging? But here we are. Yesterday, I don't know, maybe it was because I was tired. I wasn't finding things very fun. But, yeah, we'll work on getting through poison. That's novel. It's also novel being able to heal it, I should tell you, after my previous run. In my previous run, there was a rule provided by Action on the Final Fantasy Game FAQs board that was no healing any form of status effects, including death, except at a village, at a town that has a clinic. So that meant status effects. It meant basically no healing status effects in dungeons. And on some of those awkward long overworld treks. And they were awkward and long because of my nature appreciation rule, which was anytime I touch a tile of forest, I must traverse the entire forest. Okay. Mummies give a lot of stuff, don't they? And not being very efficient, but whatever. Like I said, not the hardest run. I'm not being bashful about fast forwarding a little bit now. Future runs will be more interesting. I do want to do Forge Up Fiesta. I'm debating whether I want to do a classic run or not. So classic is where you only get Final Fantasy 1 classes, and it seems like that's, I don't know, sort of my thing. I want to do a classic run. The question is, should I do a normal run first? I've never done Forge Up Fiesta. For that matter, I've only beat Final Fantasy V probably 3 times. I don't know it as well as the other games, and any form of challenge run is going to be very new and unusual to me. I need to use one of those Hell 2s, I think. Thankfully, there's only a couple more floors of the Earth Cave. The Earth Cave, for the uninitiated, I think it's 5 levels, and at the end of the 3rd level, you find a plate that stops you from going further, and you need to leave and come back with a special item, and there's no way around that in the unmodified game anyway. And I'm only modifying it so much. What you're going to see on your screen there on the right, actually, it's got a couple of quality of life codes just meant to make this run a little less boring, a little more possible, because things are unpredictable with the nature of this run. One of them is technically slightly wrong, because I decided after the last... Ooh, this is fun. After the last session, that I needed some way to get more money faster. And so, I've pumped up the amount of gold I get from imps dramatically. There's some money anyway. What's going to happen is level 6 spells are going to become available, followed by, level 7 spells, level 8 spells. And magic is probably the most expensive thing in the game. In some cases, it's very impractically expensive. You wouldn't normally buy a whole bunch of level 8 spells for your whole team. Very rarely do you have 4 magic-using characters, but I do, so. This is one of those battles where Luke could actually die. I still wasn't especially careful. And the idea of using a hell 2 is actually becoming increasingly important. I should pay attention. Is there treasure down here? I know the door is kind of up and to the left. Yeah, there's a treasure room. Okay. You don't have hell 2. You use ice 2. You use hell 2. You use magic because you're not useful for anything else. And you can also, well, you do this. You do this. Well, an ice 2 and an ice 2, because those guys don't have very good offensive spells. They'll have more options later. In fact, if I looked in the third row, because the charges don't increase as a linear way as you'd expect, they might actually have some hidden level 5 charges for casting Fire 3. Fire 3 being quite powerful at this point in the game. Here's Hull 2. Because of a bug, it's as powerful as Hull 3. It heals about 100 hit points sometimes. Looks like I wasn't so lucky in most cases. My buggy party starts to dance, because that's what they do. Buggy party in the house. Oh. This is a fun battle. For some reason I find Whiz Ogres very interesting. They're not that interesting, I just feel like anytime I'm gonna fight them, oh, something interesting might happen. Oh, goodness, that's quite a fight. Iron, you're not very useful. Why don't you cast fire? Luke, you can hit a guy. He says, this is what you get for calling me not very useful. He's less useful at regular attacks than a black mage is in the normal game. But he's got good magic, and since magic doesn't depend on any statistics in this game, that's super. That was unusual. Does this room have a bunch of spiked squares, or am I just having really stupid luck? Silver shield. Won't be able to use that. Did I have access to a silver shield yet? Maybe I should check, but I kind of doubt it. I don't think that's going to be a consideration. I like those awful birds. They give me a lot of money. I call them awful because, I don't know, I just associate birds in this game with instant death. They either petrify you or just kill you. The Paralisks or Pyralisks do. Pyralisk is a cool name for an evil, deadly bird. I wish they were series regulars in the Final Fantasy series. I'm thinking of those lame birds in Final Fantasy Tactics. They come up with Steelhawk, which I don't know if that's even existed in other places in the series. Juravis, which is some kind of, I don't know, messed up version of the word Jura-Avis, which again, I don't even know if that's meaningless. Yeah. And then Cockadorus, because they can't spell in Final Fantasy Tactics, so no, there aren't very many things they spelled right in that game. My computer keeps doing stupid things. I'm just going to mess with my mouse a little bit here. I need my NES. I would capture on authentic any. I mean, there's advantages to this, but I'm considering getting a webcam just to do things like that. I could probably kill this guy in one hit. But I'm tempted to do a round of buffing. I do, after all, love getting A-ice off. Here's an A-ice. Okay. I didn't even see what Lich did, so that's kind of lame. That was Thor doing 13 hits for well over 1,000 damage. In this game, Lich has 400 HP the first time you meet him. And that's fun. Even in the newer versions where I was talking in the last session about how terribly balanced and unfun they are and stupidly easy. They give the fiends twice as much HP. It doesn't compensate at all. But that's their strategy, I guess. So some of my guys still need, let's see with that silver shield. Check those weapons, right? Right? I'm pretty sure. I don't honestly expect anything here, but I feel pretty stupid if I had a silver shield and didn't use it because I didn't check. Yeah, okay. Who needs magic? Thor? Iron? Luke. Thor needs 3, Iron and Luke need 1. Okay, that's an excellent spell. That's an excellent spell. That's a pretty good spell. No. Iron. I want Iron to get kind of all offense. I don't know if that'll be useful or not, but whatever. Thor can't learn Slow 2. Thor can't learn Fire 3. Thor can't learn Bane. Thor can learn Warp. That can be Thor's ability to fly using his hammer. Thor has already learned Cure 3. Thor has already learned, or can't learn Life, can't learn Hell 2. So he has learned the only 3 level 5 magics he can. No weird loadout. It's useful, I guess. Everything is so random. I mean, it's almost certainly not random, but random seeming. Okay, it would be nice to kill imps very briefly. Get a little bit of money because the level 6 magic is more than twice as expensive as that stuff. Maybe I'll find something I can equip. That would be great fun. If I kill 2 or 3 groups of imps, I should be set for a good long time. didn't even watch that. You can see I gained a lot of money though. Yeah, that's a lot of money. That's one level 6 spell right there. Maybe I need to alter that value a little further. Don't mind me. That was the same amount if that wasn't clear. Poor Iron. Iron still needs to cast a spell to even kill the weakest enemy in the game. His lightning bolt-like fire spell. That's still not that much money. So I'm getting a little further away from using that Gaxalier code. You're going to see it here. Technically, we're no longer Gaxalier, so this is harder to reproduce on a console. I mean, produce completely legitimately on a console. Now, there's no reason you couldn't. There is a trick to encoding and decoding Game Genie codes, but personally, I don't know much about the mechanics there. Let's see what happens. Oh. Did I roll over or something? I have 224,000. If I win another fight, what happens? That's weird. I seem to have screwed something up. I mean, it is still excessive. I should probably just own it. Yeah, let's leave it. Maybe I won't buy all the magic for the rest of the game. Eventually there's going to come a time when grinding is going to become easy. Maybe there won't. I mean, I do have this terrible equipment restrictions on my team. Okay, time to go to Crescent Lake. probably the fastest way is this way. I haven't given it too much thought, but I think the fastest way is this way. Yeah. This was probably the worst part of my ban something run. There was a rule about touching every tile of forest once you enter a forest, and my guys were a little bit poorly equipped for reasons, and I had to walk through every tile of the forest around Crescent Lake, and I just kept slowly watching them die. Plus I only had 3 characters. I wasn't too over-leveled. There were a lot of things working against me in that run. I have a list of their names, actually. There's several of the regulars on the Game FAQs board. Okay. We want to sell the silver helmet and the silver shield that we picked up. And we know we can't use silver armor, silver shield, silver helmet, silver gauntlet. But I'm not sure about the buckler. It'd be pretty cool if someone could use a buckler. It wouldn't be some magical, amazing thing, but not looking good so far. And it's kind of funny how few shields Captain America can use. Okay. I think we pretty much have nailed down the behavior of my party's equipment options. They can equip the stuff everyone can equip, and that's it. We've already checked the silver knife, the silver sword, the silver hammer. We may as well check the behavior of the silver axe. I'm not expecting much once again, but... Okay. Now magic. As usual, we want Thor to learn something lightning related. And he can't. How about he learns something earth related? Sure. Iron Man learning something lightning related? Sure. Some of the other things are questionably useful, but the white magic is really good at level 6. I mean, exit's great, fog is great. Well, fog isn't great. Most people would say Invitu is very good. Oops. Okay, Thor is full. Cap has nothing. Iron is full. Luke needs one thing. Let's give Luke something offensive. Maybe Luke should learn stun. Can Luke learn lightning? Yeah, let's do that. And Cap was the one missing things, right? Okay, Cap can only learn stun from the offensive magic. Can't learn fog or inv. Can't learn soft. Can't learn exit. And it occurs to me that I've just had everyone not learn exit, so that was dumb. Ooh, sorry. Does that mean Cap has exactly one spell for level 6? And it's stun and he has 9 charges of it? way, it's almost sort of fitting, right? Really? Nothing? How much can you want to stun guys? Well, that's gonna be okay. I won't be able to leave the final dungeon with the best weapon, but that's okay. I don't remember if I needed that or not. Oh, I can go get the thingy. You know what? I should buy a couple houses. This is me getting some heal potions. This used to be so painful in the NES. I had the NES Advantage, and one of the best things it was for was buying potions. I liked the idea of using it for things like Battletoads that required precision, but it didn't really help. But a lot of people say it is the best third, or not even third party, the best peripheral. It's not even I just thought that getting the canoe, that was dumb. Basically the best controller. A lot of people say the NES Advantage was a well-designed controller. And I have to say, I don't exactly understand why. It was very weighty for what that's worth. Very good to like put on a table in front of you. And the buttons were enormous. It did feel arcade style, but it was also for the NES, so. There's Canoe Guy. There's Lucan. They are different people. I like hacks that have secret passages. I think it was probably one of those things in Final Fantasy Plus like Ron, where you can walk through the trees. Yeah, that was helpful. What do we think about where I should go next? Seeing as there's no real barriers, and I need money to buy stuff in the later towns because I have no money, I think I'm just gonna do the Fiend of Fire next. I don't want to fight fish. Fighting a fish is a funny idea. I just think about, some of your party members are equipped with hammers. And they're hitting a fish with a hammer. What exactly is happening? The fish is jumping up on the deck of your canoe, and you're pounding the deck of your canoe with a fish on it with a hammer? You shouldn't pound the deck of a canoe with a hammer. Unless you hate life or something, then it would be acceptable. I don't know if I should go for all the treasure or not. You know, it's weird, this lava is actually going to be very effective at hurting Luke. Getting all the treasure here is time consuming, but fighting fires isn't. Got very good single target damage. So I may as well just do it. Oh, good. I'll end up throwing out a lot of items. I don't know if you saw what happened there. It was going fast for some reason. But Luke got poisoned. Luke has seemingly terrible magic resistance. Anything that targets him with poison seems to get him. I say based on 2 samples. think he just gained 1 HP again. What's happening with stats and stuff? Thor didn't gain magic that level, that's interesting. Or maybe Thor didn't gain a level. Iron certainly gained a little bit of magic. Nothing dramatic. And there too. Just fun to see what's happening, I guess. These are the Paralisks I was talking about earlier. Pyralisks. A bird with a really mean squint. So the chance to strike first, it's one of those mechanics that was discovered a bit later, is based partly on, based mainly on, the leader's agility value and luck value. And Thor, with his very high starting stats, is actually very good at surprising. You can notice I get a lot of those chances to strike first. Giant sword. I would really love to be able to equip one of these weapons. That would make me pretty happy. Especially if Iron could use one. Yeah, those guys give good money for how hard they are. There's a risk factor with them, right? Because the birds can instantly kill you. And I was talking earlier about the crappily named birds in Final Fantasy Tactics. The birds in Final Fantasy Tactics, I remember one-shotting me a lot. As much as I called them crappy. They were good at being jerk birds. I don't know a lot of birds that are bigger jerks than the birds in Final Fantasy Tactics. That's what a jerk bird is, if you were wondering. This is going to be dumb. Our Hydra, a red Hydra. In D&D speak, there are two kinds of Hydras, probably one, but there's the Pyro Hydra and the Cryo Hydra, where those are probably about what you would expect. A Hydra capable of breathing fire and a Hydra capable of breathing ice. Although I like the idea of accumulating wealth, I don't think I should hold on to all this silver stuff, because I can't use it. I'm gonna have to throw some of it. Thor is up to 759 HP. Another silver shield, goodie. That stuff I'm going to get rid of. My armor screen, you can see, is quite full. And each of those is a buy value or a sell value of 2,500. It's not trivial, but considering there's other armor I want to pick up in this dungeon, which is probably ultimately just for cash, but this is basically the part in the game where you start encountering enemies with magic-like abilities. Oh, I got someone here, that's nice. Yeah, and when the enemies have magic abilities, that puts Luke in a position of danger. He's only got 70 HP. Yeah, the code that lets you walk on water. Those kinds of things are fun. I like messing around with codes that do things like, say you start with the TNT, so that you can sequence break out of the first sea area. That changes the game a lot, gives you a lot more freedom, and really doesn't break anything, which is fun. It'd be kind of neat if that was just allowed by some means in the original game, but whatever. Yeah, walking on water. And there's some kind of glitch with the commonly used walking on water code. I forget what it was. It would like never let you get into fights or enter areas, but you would be switching Game Genie off and on to make it work. Pretty neat to be able to go to Elfland early, but without a lot of money, it's not going to do you a whole lot of good. It's kind of funny that in this game, it's not talked about much, but it's not hard to get literally stuck. If you go to Elfland and you sell all your equipment and you have no money, it's very hard to survive enough to get anywhere where you can possibly reaccumulate money without dying, or anything. Basically, it's pretty easy to have an unwinnable game if you get to Elfland or later with no equipment or money. And I'm still having money problems even though I'm cheating dramatically, so that's great fun. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a code, and I haven't used it, for unlimited money, where the way it works is just that your money doesn't decrease when you make it. Oh, that was stupid. Money doesn't decrease when you make a purchase. That would be really good for me. That's what I should have done in the first place. I like the later part of the volcano. There's a bit less lava and more treasure. Yeah, we got Luke with 1 HP here, but he'll probably be okay. Maybe just to be sure, we'll pop out one of those. Nice. This is the floor where we get an ice sword, which is normally exciting. For me, it's not exciting, because my party is very unlikely to be able to equip it. We got really crappy equip options. Thor and Captain, they've got those glitchy wooden knives appearing in battle. They're really equipped with wooden staves. And they haven't been able to equip a single weapon since then. Then again, I haven't tried out this giant sword. I don't expect it to work, but it would be nice. No. Too bad. Yeah, and I like coming to the volcano also for the fire armor. I'm really excited to get that. It's not going to do a damn thing for me. 1 HP Daredevil. Well, I don't see any reason why not to be. He has so little HP. Maybe I should. Luke's stats started at all 0. So he's been pretty gimpy the entire game. Luke and Iron both did, but Iron's turned out considerably better somehow. He gained a lot of HP. His damage is pitiful. He basically does 1 to 2 damage to anything. Let's try to keep Luke alive, because why not? Ice nice sword. Ice is nice. Oh yeah, the randomizer. I've been wanting to try a randomizer, and somehow I got into this. I was planning to play the randomizer for quite a while, but I don't know. I don't have a ton of time to play games. When I get to do this, it's something special. Something has to have caught my attention for me to do this. My last playthrough, that I streamed, my Ban Something playthrough, that somehow worked really well, and I didn't have much of an audience. I had a bit of an audience, but I enjoyed that, and yeah, I played through it. It was somewhat a challenge. Played through it. It was only a couple of months, I guess. I still only play usually an hour or two at a time. Sometimes longer, depending on the circumstances. I got a couple of things. Maybe I should try them out. Again, I say this every damn time, but I'm not expecting too much here. But if one of these worked, it would be just so good. Yeah. How about the flame shield? If Cap could equip the flame shield, it would make me so happy. It would be just like Lego Avengers, where Captain America can somehow use his shield to put out fires. Yeah, we got no luck with the flame shield, which is normally a really good piece of equipment. These are like our first magic items. Yeah. Yeah, Retro RPG Revival, I had the sense from your username that you might be interested in retro RPGs. But yeah, I don't know, I'm new to streaming too. I mean, this is only my second playthrough I've ever streamed it anyway. And it seems to, so far it's just been Final Fantasy. One was kind of a total novelty challenge run, and now we've got this, which is a Game Genie run, because it came up as an interesting topic of discussion on a forum. Yeah, but I hope in the near future I'm going to do 4-Job Fiesta. We'll see what else happens. My job happens to afford me a fair bit of time right now, but I spend most of the day with my kids, so that's, I think, only sensible. Just walking in the lava. Of course, the lava is very safe. These guys are great for grinding on. Now, if he goes first, he's going to kill Luke, but... Oh, if he goes second, he's going to kill Luke, because iron is incapable of doing effective damage. So when you stream retro RPGs with others, what do you end up playing? Like, are we talking about actually playing online with others? I haven't, it's kind of weird, like, emulated netplay has existed for well over a decade, and I've never done it. Did I get the top chest, or did I ignore it? I think I got it. If you could mess up the enemy names too, yeah, it would be. I wonder how that would work, if you could corrupt where the enemy data comes from. Now, I think all of the chests here are empty because they're shared with other chests in the volcano, except the one really good one, which is over here. Now, it's probably not going to do me any good, but let's look. Why have I not healed the 1 HP? Let's fix that problem. Okay, Thor, you attack. Cap, heal. Iron, heal. Luke, heal. Heal 2, a very effective spell because it's bugged. Bugged very much in the player's favor. Yeah, so basically it's not like it's some amazing spell. It's not a miraculous cure-all. But heal 2 because of a bug has the effectiveness of heal 3, but only when it's used in battle. Here's an Agama square, a spiked square. This one's very popular for grinding. Taking turns playing RPGs, yeah. I have a group of friends who I do games with. In fact, just a couple of weeks ago, we all got together. We played a new game, actually, a Steam game called Eon Alter or something. And it's interesting. It's bye bye Luke. Wow. I think we'll just leave him dead. Yeah, an altar. You install it. We used Steam. We got it from a Humble Bundle, and you control it with your smartphone when you play the game. So everyone, up to 4 players, play the game on the computer by connecting to the Wi-Fi network the computer uses, and you just do it over Wi-Fi with your phone or tablet or whatever. Shortcut. So that was good fun, but it's funny. I have all these friends. Everyone's pretty intensely interested in games most of the time, but I don't even have like Steam friends. And, I've never watched my friends' streams ever. I don't know exactly why that is. I wonder if they might enjoy mine. I don't know. I'm not that interesting, but I play funny games. I talk a lot. Does this matter at all? We can probably kill them in one turn, right? Let's mess around a little bit here. Let's get our defense up. Oh, goodness. Okay, let's not get our defense up. Okay, Cap has been fasted. So my expectation is that Thor and Cap can probably take a carry Merilith, whatever this thing is, in a turn. Yeah, okay, perfect. Oh, lots of levels. Does Iron have more HP than Cap now? Oh, no, nowhere close, okay. That's supposed to say the Altar of Fire. That's one of those buggy oddities in this game. You're supposed to be able to investigate the altars. Okay. Volcano's done. I didn't even check the flame armor, but basically we gained very little there. Next is going to end up being either Castle of Ordeals or Ice Cave. I just got a BRB here in my chat, otherwise I'd say, should I do Castle of Ordeals or Ice Cave? But I guess I'll go back to town and heal, see what happens. I don't really care where I go next. There's probably very little difference in what's going to happen. A funny feature of this run is the third quality of life Game Genie code listed is all the party members receive experience even if they're dead. But the experience is normally divided amongst the party members. It still is, like, where normally I would be getting, each person would get a quarter of the experience. Because 2 people are alive, each person is going to get half of the total experience. So technically you gain more experience by having people dead when you use this code. Which sounds weird, but it's perfectly fine by me. Not very based in reality, but then again, I'm playing Final Fantasy. Got a lot of money now. How'd that happen? I mean, I know there's a lot of money in the volcano. I have to think it's something buggy related to the imps I killed earlier. It's not like I can afford a huge amount of magic, but that's pretty substantial. I have nothing I need to buy. In fact, I have a couple things I can sell, and probably should, because they're not doing me much good. Let's check out the flame armor. Darn. That normally makes such a huge difference. Not bad. And none of my wonderful weapons are usable either. giant sword, and my wonderful ice sword. Okay, now we have kind of a lot of money. We can buy 3 level 7 spells. I wonder if we'll even be able to get them. I mean, Cap could only learn 1 level 6 spell. Okay. Well, I guess I'll do Castle of Ordeals before Ice Cave. And I say that basically on grounds that the Zeus Gauntlet will help a great deal. Probably. There's not really much else it'll do for me, I don't think. I won't be class changing in this run through, or I might just experimentally towards the end, because characters can lose the ability to equip the things they already have. Then again, there's not much way to go down from where I am, so I probably should. Gotta do it basically after buying all the magic you want. It'd be kind of cool if they gained real... You know what, I think I will class change. I came into this thinking, there's no way I'm gonna class change, but I think I will. Because, like, what have I got to lose? My characters can equip wooden stabs, and that's almost it. That was very precise sailing. I don't know how I did that. That victory music is pretty iconic. On the top 10 list board on Game FAQs, there's some discussion of what are the most iconic victory music in game. I think Final Fantasy is the most iconic, and it was used almost exactly through Final Fantasy VI, and then things got a little bit different in 7, where it had kind of that string thing after the initial jingle. And by Final Fantasy VIII, it got weird and they got creative. Final Fantasy VIII, there's that music, and when you win, it goes like do 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 do. Kind of reminds me of The Hustle. Do the hustle. My knowledge of The Hustle is limited. Well, this I don't think will be hard. Again, the main thing we have to watch out for is dying, because he does that sort of thing. We don't need to talk to the entrance guy, because he doesn't do anything. If he was 2 tiles higher, he might, sort of. It's impossible to be at this point in the game without the item he requests from you, so... hard to say if maybe this game was meant to flow differently at some point. Oops. Wrong turn. This part's fun, eh? The worst part is when you make a mistake near the end and you have to go all the way back. And I don't remember the exact path. This one you want the close one. And this one's a longer walk. Oh, Luke died. And we're so surprised. I may as well have Luke alive. I mean, Cap can revive him. And I think Thor has Cure 3. Oh, Thor has Cure 3 and a lot of magic. He gained level 8. He gained 8 spell charges sometime. I guess he gained a couple levels in the volcano and I was only sort of paying attention. Here's an important chest. I would like to class change it and see if I get new sprites instead of this garbage. So Zeus Gauntlet. My plan here is to give it to Iron. Unless someone can equip it, but I kind of doubt that. But the idea would be Iron, who has a crappy attack, will always have a reasonable option. Yeah, nobody can use Zeus Gauntlet, but he can hold it and use it to zap people. Oops, what? Don't get poisoned, idiot. Which one do you go in? I don't know. I think it might be this one. Hey, it was. I got really lucky in that one, I gotta tell you. So, if I were now to use Ice 2, attack, Zeus Gauntlet, attack, this should probably sweep them. Then again, these guys are weak against fire? Are they? I don't remember. Maybe I'm making that up. Okay, so this is Sun. These guys are generally awful. But I have a chance to strike first, so I should kill them. Cap, you can just attack. Iron, why don't you use your Zeus Gauntlet again? Luke, do something. Ice 2 again. Lots of ice. Even if it's not very effective against them. Whoa. Even if it's not very effective against them, I would expect it to be able to kill them with 3 spells being cast before they can even do anything, right? And if 1 or 2 of them live, we'll have no problem getting them next turn. I'm surprised to see them pulling through this so well. Well, that was my first sorcerer encounter. That didn't go so bad. I mean, it's hard to say if my characters are competent or not, but... Happy ponies. No more happy ponies. I live in a subdivision that used to be a famous horse farm. Those of you who are really smart now probably know where I live, so that's kind of weird. I kind of thought someone, like, there's no benefit in equipping the heal staff, I just kind of thought someone might be able to because it's a piece of crap weapon. Okay, once again, I think I'll give it to Iron, because he's the only one who never has other good options. Cap would be my next choice, actually, because Cap has no low-level magic. Gold bracelet. Ice sword we know is just for selling. Iron gauntlet we know is just for selling. What a weird thing to find here. Gold bracelet though I think is going to be great. I'm going to equip it on Luke. Zombies are one of those spiked square enemies, kind of a mini boss. I don't know if they've ever been a showstopper for anyone, but... And I think they give you lots of money. Another level for Thor. 851 HP at level 17. Keeps gaining good levels. Cap, also pretty strong. Nowhere near as strong, but it's still above average. Of course, Thor is kind of the whole package here. He's got a lot of magic. He's got the most magic of anyone. I don't know about the actual spells he's learned, but his actual spell count is higher. His stats are the highest by a ridiculous amount. The only worry, well, first of all, his equipment is utter garbage, but that goes for my whole team. But the only other worry is that his equipment could all roll right over. And by that I mean it resets to 0, basically. Stun isn't multi-target, right? No. I really love the idea of Thor being able to equip armor and hammers and learn lightning spells. And Cap would be able to equip shields. That's it. And honor. I don't know, defensive spells, A-fire and stuff. That'd be cool. Iron could be a very iron armor-y guy. Have some high vitality, HP, good equipment options. Maybe some fire spells. He's got the fire power, right? And then Luke, he could be also very defensive in nature. It's a defensive team. I mean, they're heroes. What do you want from them? 291 iron he's got. Luke's up to 98 points. Okay. So, that didn't really gain me too much, did it? That whole foray. I don't know if I take the most, if only we had some yarn, I'm missing something. Yeah, I don't know if I'm taking the most direct path, but it's not bad, we're fine. Well, actually, this is a great time to be using this friend. So most of those crappy sea encounters, and, well, the really crappiest land encounters, those now end a bit more quickly. I don't need to conserve magic when I have things like the Zeus Gauntlet. Maybe I should give the heal staff to Cap, because he's the guy who has no low-level magic options. Should I even go back to the town, or go to... I think I will go back to the town. So, the equipment options haven't changed at all. Almost, like, Luke apparently can equip every knife. Thor and Cap can equip wooden staffs. Iron can equip nothing. The wooden staff shows up in combat as a knife graphic with a wooden palette, so ends up looking like a wooden knife. These are the lamest Avengers ever, basically, is what we're seeing here. No one would watch these films. Or maybe they would. You know, it'd be kind of like the beginning of Kick-Ass, where he's not very well equipped. That's the kind of superhero movie we're talking about here. I almost accidentally sold the Zeus Gauntlet. That would have been fun. Too bad I can't use these ice swords. Ice swords are so good. Normally. Nothing too special. We did get some money back. Money is good. Ish. Root of all evil, but good. The love of money is the root of all evil. There's not much reason to do this fight. But, whatever. Cobras in this game, unable to poison you, but they have an increased critical hit rate compared to... well, see, this is just annoying. Okay. Increased critical rate relative to most enemies. Most enemies have some base level, I think it's 6 or something, whatever that is. And then a few things have higher critical rates. Cobras, tigers and saber-tooth tigers. Yeah, giving Cap the heal staff, what that would mean is that in the battles where Iron's going to clear the screen using the Zeus Gauntlet, Cap will be able to give us a slight heal. And the heal staff heals a pretty trivial amount, but when you have opportunities to use it again and again and again, it ends up being beneficial. This might be an example of such a time. Let's see. I don't know if Lightning 2 will actually kill a screen full of these guys, but these fish who jump on your boat and then you hit them with a hammer. Or what else happens? How do you fight a fish with a staff? What is happening when you encounter 4 fish and your guys with staves are beating them? I would like to see a drawing of this, of killing a fish with a staff. Even killing a fish with a knife is kind of silly. It could happen. Oh. So, I've played this game a lot. Like, there's been a couple runs in the last few years, but from my childhood, I'm sure I've beaten the game end to end a dozen times or more. I used to have the map. I don't know if I'd call it study the map, but I knew a lot about this game. It was one of the games that I was most interested in. And I still don't know which way to take the stupid boat. The Ice Cave. If you're not very familiar with this game, you should probably know that the Ice Cave is the majority of the reason why everyone thinks this game is hard. The Ice Cave gets, at times, unfair. I don't expect to have big problems with this. What the frick happens? Big problems with this party. But yeah. Yeah, the main problem is the repetition and a couple of enemy groups. There's groups of undead that can paralyze your entire team. There are groups of those sorcerers who I encountered earlier who have a mass stun attack and the ability to randomly kill people that they touch. Death being fairly hard to heal in this game, that's a big deal. This was before every dog dropped a phoenix down. There's also this one group called, one monster called Mage. Doesn't sound especially intimidating, I guess. Mage tends to open with, in one version of the game, it's the rub spell, which kills someone. Has a reasonable chance to work, usually. And in other versions of the game, I forget which ones are newer, honestly, off the top of my head. Uses the Fire 3 spell to start. Oh, someone got turned to stone. Iron did. Okay, so my lightning spell's not coming. I don't think I have soft spell. Oh. This is going to get desperate. Unfortunately. So I was just talking about how the ice cave can be a little bit unfair. A little bit? I don't know. I don't know if I would call this unfair. This is, I've picked on those birds before, right? I said that those birds weren't that bad and they gave good rewards. Sometimes this happens. Sometimes you turn into stone, and your little pixely buddies are now stone pixely buddies. I got a couple of these soft potions, but not very many. Let's see how we do. It is very possible I will die in this dungeon. Unlike most of the dungeons to this point, there is some risk here. No harm spells. No fire spells, except Fire 3. That seems wasteful here. I'm just going to hit them with violence and we'll see what happens. Violence usually wins, right? Usually. You don't have a lot of... There aren't a lot of JRPGs with an option to negotiate, which is funny, given the place these games came from. Not meaning Japan, meaning like D&D. Japan is known to negotiate. Well, I think. I'm not calling them weak or anything, but you can talk to a Japanese person. You can't talk to a D&D player. No, I'm kidding. You probably don't want to talk to some D&D players. I myself am a D&D player. I'm just saying nonsense now, if that weren't clear. Luke almost got, what would you call it, stun locked? I talked about paraplinking in my previous run. Luke is now the one with the highest defense by a fair margin, because I gave him the gold bracelet we found at the Castle of Ordeals. May as well get all the treasure, even though this is something stupid. Oh, there's a mage. Talked about him earlier. Yeah, cloth. See how stupid? I don't want to keep fighting these guys. I wish they would go away. Let's use Fire 3. Why not? I'm using a lot of magic. I was going to say wasting a lot of magic, but that's not entirely accurate, so... Flame Sword. Sometimes that's kind of nice. Not today. This is a spiked square filled with undead. Happens every time. It's pretty fun. Oh, Cap, you and your weird magic situation. Wasn't too bad that time. Over here is a dragon who guards the ice armor or something? Something good. Oh, and if you want to get both of these treasure chests, you fight it twice. Which I think I will, seeing as my guys can probably one-hit it. Yeah, that wasn't hard, was it? 2,000 gold, even. Silver Gauntlet, hoop-de-doo. Worth killing a dragon for. But I did get the ice armor, which is normally super great. Pains me. It pains me to not be able to use good equipment. In the bottom left treasure room in this area, this particular floor, I suppose, there's 6 treasure chests, and some of them have they're all gold, if I remember correctly, of all different values, but some of them are huge. Like, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's not bad at all. That is about the same. And then you got this happening. These guys have a nasty frost attack that I hope doesn't kill Luke, but it could. They're also not especially strong. But their frost attack is pretty nasty. That's a good amount of money. And then the furthest one to get to, measly 180 gold. I don't know why they do that. I don't know if the intention of the creators was to troll you. That's basically what's happening, right? That was refreshing. That was Mage casting an instant death spell on Thor that didn't work. So I was talking earlier about how mages are jerks. That one was an attempted jerk. I don't want to keep fighting these guys. They're so boring. I'll fight this because it's as time consuming as running away, essentially. Yeah, I remember that being a good gold chest. And then this next room, in addition to having the way forward, has a couple of chests, one of which is the ice shield. Again, normally a really wonderful thing to get. Okay, this battle I have to take seriously, because last time I didn't, and something bad happened. Lightning 2. Lightning is not very good against zombies. Fire is. I only have one fire 2 spell. But you know, the bigger... well... let's do this. Cap isn't going to be my best offense in this battle, so let's not count on him to be. Lit 3 sounds pretty good. I really could go for a fire 2. Fire 3, whatever. Yes, sorcerers and mages are jerks. I'm in the den of the jerks. Oh, nice. Fire 3 is going first, and it was almost going to clear the screen. It was 4 HP short, because I believe mummies have an even 80. Money. Good money. 10. Weird. You gotta wonder, who's the person who put the tent in the treasure chest in the worst place in the world? I feel like I just have to check even... Oops. What am I doing? Whoa. Need that one absorb point. The code was not kind to me this time. I need to come up with better theming. At least I don't expect this to be hard. I mean, Iron and Luke aren't doing their best work, but if that had targeted anyone else, they would be dead right now. Yeah, this is a grinding spot. I wonder if I might grind for a bit. There's very little danger here for me. Especially if I restore everyone's HP a little bit. Maybe I'll grind a little bit. Because I can. I don't have exit, but I have a bunch of warp. I could probably even just get out of here. This is me gonna attempt to restore my HP for Cap and Iron so that they become immune to the XXXX spell. So Iron's probably almost maxed out, isn't he? Yeah, okay, so that was a little wasteful. Yeah, well, okay, that was stupid. If Iron gains one more level, he'll be immune to XXXX. And it's not like the eye can do much else to you. Well, it can. No level for Iron yet. How ironic. Ha. Sorry. I'm kind of surprised at how long this is taking. I mean, I don't usually grind out a lot of levels, but seeing as I was complaining about money, it seems pretty reasonable. Wait, what just happened? Okay, everyone's alright. Once Iron's experience level up, oh, it's gonna be like right away now. Okay, Cap gained another level, 19. That's pretty high. Like, that's an end game level. I should probably stop grinding. We're very, very safe now, though, for what it's worth. Oof. This beta's so bad. These guys are so good. magic. Cap has now 9 level 9 charges that we haven't yet been able to purchase spells for. That's right, that was Thor. Cap is the least magically inclined, and he's now got some magic for the lower spell level, so that's kind of a treat. He was at 0 at the start of the session, for level 1 to 3 at least. He's got tons of charges at level 6, but the only spell he's capable of learning is Stun. Iron's got a lot of level 6 charges, that's pretty cool. Oh. Well. Yeah, I think I'll get the airship, and I've been thinking about whether to class change or not. I think I'm going to class change, because my party has these awful equipment options. It's only going to get better. And it's kind of a shame that I've been selling things, really, but there's no way things can get worse. Hopefully it doesn't affect their magic learning options, but maybe I'll quickly look and see what they're capable of learning in the next couple towns. The only issue, I guess, is that there's no way I'm going to run all the way to the very last town. I just don't know how to make you useful, Luke. You can use Fire 3, but that's kind of overkill here. Whatever. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Luke Cage does not know Fire 3. In case that was something you were wondering. Probably Doctor Strange does. Although, you know, in that film, which apparently just came out on Netflix in Canada like today, Doctor Strange never actually... Does he wield fire? He makes, like, stringy magic that looks kind of like fire, but he never makes a fireball, which is such a magic guy thing to do. I guess there's no good item in Final Fantasy that lines up with Doctor Strange's name, right? Like the Steve sword, the Strange staff, Cloak of Levitation. Procate? If I wanted to do another Avengers party, I guess I would use Black Shirt for Black Widow. I would use Falcon for Falcon. What else have we got? I could use anything silver for Quicksilver. Who else? Nothing Ant-Man related. Nothing Hawkeye related. Hulk related. Is there any way to make an argument for War Machine? Like James Rhodes? The Rod. James Rod. That would actually be pretty funny. Okay, now we're getting out of here. Let's go get an airship. Normally, as soon as I get out of the ice cave alive, which is a miracle, by the way. I mean, this is a very special, very weird run. It's still kind of neat that I got out of the ice cave on my first try. That doesn't happen much. But normally I would save, but I don't think there's anything that could end up very ravenously eating these words, but I don't think there's anything that could stop me from getting to the airship right now. And now that I've said that, I'm going to stand by it, and maybe we'll see something comical happen here. do, Luke? Look at my jumbled graphics celebrate. And yeah, that's one thing I'm looking forward to. If my class change can possibly get me something closer to real graphics, that would be a treat. It's also possible it will do nothing, or do something worse, but whatever. I don't know what's worse than these silly sprites. Thor looks like almost vaguely humanoid. Iron looks almost like a suit of iron armor-ish. Cap looks like some kind of spinning top. A fidget spinner with a head or something. And then Luke is invisible. Which is because he's a black guy. I don't know if I have anime fans watching this. It was a long time ago when I watched the series Hajime no Ippo, which is the anime about a boxer. There's one boxer he faces at some point in the middle of the series. His name is like Jason something. Jason something with an O. Osborne, I don't know. And it's the first time Ippo's fought a black guy, I guess, and an American. So there's this black American. He speaks Japanese. There's reasons it's actually explained in the story. That's not important. The funny thing is, at one point, someone on his team, and maybe it's just the subtitles I was watching or whatever, but someone said, like, as a black man, he has the ability to move instantaneously. I was watching with a friend or two, and we were all pretty mystified by that. We were wondering what we were missing about black men. Like, none of us knew that black men had the ability to move instantaneously. It seems to me that Luke Cage, at least in Final Fantasy I, is not able to move especially quickly. Yeah, I'd like to find that again. That was so silly. Okay. Now what do we do? I guess we try and get levels 7 and 8 magic with whatever money we have. See what we can get, and if we can't get anything, I guess kind of who cares. Yeah, Thor can go ahead and learn Cure 4, why not? Cure 4 is a good spell. Cap, Cure 4? No. Iron, Cure 4? Sure. Luke, Cure 4? Great, you got a whole bunch of Cure 4. Gonna run out of money pretty quickly here. Thor, Ice 3? Okay, Cap, Ice 3? No. Iron, Ice 3? Alright, Luke, Ice 3. Okay, money's almost gone. I don't think I need the break spell. Cure 3 and Ice 3 are both very good spells. I'm not going to bother with the equipment. I know what the equipment is, and besides the cat claw, it's all things that anyone can use. So let's investigate getting at least Cap some level 8 magic. What would be best? It'd be kind of cool if he could learn Fade. Nice. He has 9 charges of Fade. Looking at these numbers, I'm realizing I could have planned this more effectively, but whatever. Planning is a little bit tricky right now. Speaking of planning, I probably should have sold my excess equipment beforehand. But you know what? Let's not sell the excess equipment, because if I'm getting a class change, there's a chance, small as it might be, that things will be very different soon. Wouldn't that be a treat? It'd be pretty dumb to have to go around buying all the things I've already sold, but whatever. Like I said, there's not really... My perspective on this is no way to go but up. Oh, I came way far south. I missed the Cardia Islands. The little island. Oh, it really is little. Forget that. These islands have very little of value in them. But there's a few treasure chests, mostly money. I like money. I've had money problems. Oh, see? That's going to solve the problems right there. Here we go. This is going to be exciting. Recall our classes. Thor Hammer, Cap, Iron, Power Staff. This is going to be better or worse? Almost certainly better. Oh, I'm a different kind of blur. Oh, delightful. Thor is now wooden armor. Cap is now ribbon. Iron armor is now dragon armor. And Luke is now Vorpal. Will that make any difference at all? I'm not sure. We had enough magic to beat the game. We could just use new equipment options, right? Okay. I have a feeling this is just going to be stupid. That's irritating. What have we learned? Nothing is the answer. We learned nothing. Ooh. Those are exciting new blobs. Wonder if our graphics changed or anything. Not really. It's weird, but this looks cool to me. But the whole party is like one big vertical bar looking thing. Ugh. I feel strange having changed their classes from the special classes that were given to them. Things seem a little less authentic. I was hoping it would solve at least the equipment woes. Based on my tiny bit of evidence accumulated so far, it doesn't seem it will. It's a bit of a shame. I don't think I've been in this one yet, have I? These island caves look sort of like buttholes. Is it just me? I never really thought about it before. They do look like, ever since the marsh cave, they look more like pits in the ground than actual caves, right? What are the party doing? Rappelling down? There's a staircase. There's some money. That's why I come to these islands. Okay, now what are we gonna do? Do I have enough money for anything? Not really. I think I should just go to the next area. Which I'm pretty sure I pretty much have to do the, something here. Have to do something. Oh, I didn't have enough money for the bottle even. That's dumb. Oh, I forgot Luke and Iron switched spots. I do want to swap them. My beautiful, beautiful party. Oh, this is one of my least favorite enemies. They hit like a truck, and they give you 1 gold. For a risk and reward thing. I've always felt cheaped out, and I felt that way when I was a kid playing this for the first time at the age of 9. Ankylos are like my least favorite enemy in the game. 1 gold. And their experience isn't even good. There are some things I should do if I were smart, at least. I guess I'll go up here first. I'll do the waterfall. It would be really nice to get pro rings on everyone, but I'm a little bit strapped for cash. I'm quite a bit strapped for cash. I feel like my damage might have gotten better. I don't know why that would be. No idea. Okay, so this dungeon is called the Waterfall. And it's 1 floor. It's got kind of like a wraparound design to it, which is weird. So it's one big confusing floor, kind of made out of these rectangular patches. The goal is on the far left, and it's a single treasure room that has 4 treasure chests and a thing walking around. And you talk to it to get a thing that allows you to access... I think it allows you to access the Mirage Tower, which is full of really good treasure. Again, probably won't do me any good. Anyway, it's an easy dungeon, except there's a very rare encounter here of gas dragons. I think it might be a single gas dragon. Gas dragons have an attack called Poison that would probably kill Luke and possibly even Iron outright, and it does hit the whole party. There's ways to defend against it if you're able to equip a ribbon, but right now we don't have any ribbons yet. In fact, we have barely anything because my party's equipment options are utter garbage. Which is impossible to predict, right? But this is our armor loadout. Everyone has, I think, 17 absorb mostly from their silver bracelet, except Luke is a little higher. And I did that on purpose because he has such terrible, terrible HP. Yeah, Cap's damage is really good. Was it that good a little while ago? I don't remember that. Iron's damage is still pitiful. Thor's damage is still good, but Cap's seemed extremely strong. Oh, that was weird. Luke's went really low. They look funny since they class changed. Let's see. Don't do that. Yeah, at least those wizard mummies get a lot of money. You know what's really strange? In real life, if a mummy attacked you and you broke it apart, you'd probably get in trouble. People would want to know why there's a mummy attacking you. There would need to be research done. And they're considered relics for that matter, even though they were dead people. You're not supposed to damage a mummy. So that's another thing that's okay to do in Final Fantasy, but not in real life. Oh, I thought it was 4 treasure chests. I said that earlier. It turns out it's much more than 4. What do we do here? Ice 3. Ice isn't, again, very effective against zombies, but that's not really the point here. Fire 3 is. These guys are going to get really, really Fire 3. So refreshing after that time when I got petrified twice. Those are some damage numbers. Not like when Thor and Cap attack, but still good damage numbers. Okay, robot. Take this cube. Gives it D6. Got a defense. Even if I don't get equip it, that'll be useful. Some money. Get out of my way, you. More money. More problems. Wizard staff. It would be really fun if I could use these things. Not at all. Okay, who doesn't have the ruse spell? Thor doesn't. Iron doesn't. So let's give the defense to Iron. And who can keep the wizard staff? Sure. Oh, crap. So, what happened there is interesting. Luke used to be able to use a silver knife. Then he class changed from power staff into something else, Vorpal. And it turns out that Vorpal can't equip silver knife. What a drag. He's probably going to end up with a wooden staff too, or possibly nothing. What are we going to do about that? Well, I guess there's nothing we can do. The ribbon might be really good news for somebody though, like Luke. Oh yeah, this happens every time you go by that square. I wonder how to go about how to go about investigating my party's new equipment options. I don't want to go back and buy everything, but certainly their weapons. We tried the new weapons I had on hand and it didn't work. I don't think there's any way they can use less armor. It would be a shame though to unequip them. I don't know how to test these things is my point. I guess it's no big deal. I mean, if I get a couple more ribbons, beating the game isn't going to be hard. I mean, my magic is pretty decked out, really. I think I'll probably stop soon. I'll probably stop after I get to a natural saving location. You two are no longer capable of damage, right? Let's see what happens here. 6 hits, 16 damage. 3 hits, 3 damage. Okay. That's too bad. Book. I really wanted him to keep that silver knife. We'll try out our wizard staff here. It might mitigate some of the possible turns these guys can get before me. All but 2 of them are confused now. Oh, but probably the majority of them are going to be dead. This is my cup. It's a Mario cup. It comes with a mustache. It's very strange that it comes with a mustache. It's practical because the straw doesn't fall out of the lid on either side. But for the mustache to actually appear like it's on you, you kind of have to deep throat the straw a little bit, like this. It's not very comfortable. Good cup though. It's lasted a while. I like that style of cup. I had a Sonic the Hedgehog cup before. And I dropped it over the Christmas holidays when we were traveling. I've had a good few of those. Yeah, I may as well. Have to pretty much use Thor and Cap now to kill things. Luke gained a fairly bad level there. I'll just use a whole bunch of magic and make this song go fast. It might be because I said I was going to be done soon, but all my viewers just left, so that's a factor. Not a big factor. That's some attention more. Anyway. Yeah, we'll pretty much wrap up. I don't know exactly what to do next. I mean, I can do all the areas. I would love to know more details about my equipment options. Did I save since I did the class change? Because I'm almost wondering if I should undo it. It needs a little bit of backtracking though. maybe I should. All I've done since then is the waterfall. Nah, let's leave it. Like I said, it shouldn't be worse. Are any of these magics actually good? I could get something for Cap. Saber's bugged and doesn't work. Blind is pointless. Forget it. Level 7 black magic in this town is dumb. And then Arab is also dumb. Hell 3 though. May as well. Okay. So I'll be done for now. I think I should probably just keep powering through it. We're getting close to the end here. It's so much faster and easier than my challenge game from... Was it earlier? No, last year. Was it last year? I don't know. I have no memory. Yeah, it was last year. Late last year. So, yeah, that's the plan. For now, I guess I'll stop this show such as it is. Thanks.